So let us get right to it. Dunk and Ego. The stars have been found. Peter and Dexter will be playing the lead roles in the upcoming prequel series, Seven Nights, Night of the... basically, it's a sword guy and a little guy, and they're going to have, well, not fun and adventures, but they'll have adventures. I mean, it's the world of George R. R. Martin, so there's going to be, nudity, violence, maybe a dragon. Things are going to happen. So I'm making light of the news, but no, it's really interesting. And they do seem to fit the role. It does seem from my early look on Twitter, it's mostly being getting hand claps and applause. And like, yes, they did it. They didn't betray the fandoms. What did they think was going to happen? Anyway, yeah, a few of the Game of Thrones people. I know, I get it. There's been an era of disillusionment. We had some really early great seasons, and then the thing declined, and just collapsed into complete insanity. And it's recovering now with House of the Dragon. So I would honestly prefer another series, but yeah, Dunk and Egg is it's no joke. I've only read the stories a little bit. They are very peculiar. It is set between technically House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones. So with House of the Dragon, people are like, we can see the families. That's true. But here with Dunk and Egg, we could literally see very young versions of fan favorites. So there is actually quite a lot of room for a lot of fun stuff to happen. So I am excited for that. We can actually get a real prequel series where we get, quote unquote, the young versions of this or that character. So that could actually be very, very exciting. So that would be very intriguing. But we also have to note the bad news that HBO Max has been for a long time. It's been doing a lot of backstabbing, and the quality sometimes is not there. Again, I admired what Dune Part 2 did, but still felt a little clunky. And then there's the really atrocious things they did with Zack Snyder and that part of the fandom. So it's a very mixed bag. The creative team is solid. Ryan will have his input here, and George R. R. Martin is technically an exec producer. However, if you know Hollywood, exec producer really doesn't mean anything. I am familiar a little bit with Dexter. He was in the Hunger Games prequel, ironically. And I gotta say, it was not a good film, but I do think the actors overall tried to give spirited performances. I actually thought the lead actors were not very good, but the minor actors are actually really good. Yeah, it's a really interesting mixed bag there. And ironically, he has quite a CV. Peter, though, is a little bit more weird. He is basically an athlete who became an actor. So, will he actually do the role justice? I don't know. I don't know. On paper, this looks good. These are welcome signs that at least part of the series will be well done. But again, we're in the early stages. It's set to come out in 2025. It looks like they're on track. And if Hollywood does not implode, we should be getting more and more news. So it's very, very exciting time. However, I am sensing areas of doubt. But overall, very good news. I'm going to be very intrigued where we're going to go up next with Dunk and Egg. So there we are. The lead actors have been chosen. Will they make other wise choices? We will have to wait and see.